The Lagos State Traffic Management Authority has said more than 2 of the victims involved in the early morning train BRT crash have died, with many others injured. Hi, welcome to what's happening. These are the top 10 stories. At number 1, the Lagos State Traffic Management Authority has said more than 2 of the victims involved in the early morning train BRT crash have died, with many others injured. The Director of Public Affairs and Enlightenment Department of the Lagos State Traffic Management Authority, Adebayo Tofik, said that the bus was fully loaded with members of staff of the state government, adding that the driver wasn't patient enough. The Federal Minister of Aviation, Hadi Sirika, has directed experts of the Nigerian Safety Investigation Bureau to commence immediate investigation. While commiserating with the victims and their families, described the accident as unfortunate. Sirika, in a statement signed by the Special Assistant to the Minister of Aviation and Public Affairs, James Odaudu, the minister assured the general public of the capacity of the NSIB to unravel the causes of the accident. At number 2, the Governor of Ondo State, Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, on Thursday described the rejection of old naira notes as flagrant disobedience to law. The governor disclosed this at a statewide broadcast. He decried the rejection of old naira notes by a large number of traders and business owners in the state. He said the rejection of the old notes would weaken the nation's economy and cause great harm for local trade and business transactions. He appealed to the commercial banks to increase the circulation of all currencies at their disposals to devise a more effective way to relieve congestion in the banks. And number 3, the Federal High Court Abuja on Thursday ordered the Independent National Electoral Commission to allow the use of temporary voter cards in the March 18th governorship and state houses of assembly elections. Justice Obiora Egwuatu made the order while delivering judgment in a suit filed by 2 aggrieved Nigerians seeking the use of TVCs in the general elections in the absence of the permanent voter cards. Justice Egwuatu said that the order was made on the grounds that the plaintiffs were duly registered and captured in INEC's database. The judge, however, said he was unable to grant Prayer 3, which was to allow every eligible voter with a TVC to vote because the suit was not filed in a representative capacity. At number 4, Justice Bala Usman of the Federal High Court in Jalingo has ordered the Independent National Electoral Commission not to delist Senator Emmanuel Boacha as the Taraba State All Progressive Congress governorship candidate for the March 18th election. The court reaffirmed Boacha as duly elected candidate of the APC for the March 18th governorship poll in the state. Justice Usman noted that it is vital to uphold the judgment of the Supreme Court, which has a consequential order directing the APC to have a fresh primary where Emmanuel emerged as the candidate of the party. And number 5, the magistrates court in Owerri, Imo State on Thursday remanded the immediate past deputy governor of the state, Gerald Irona, in prison custody. The presiding magistrate C.N. Ezerioha, after hearing the prosecution counsel and the defense counsel, ordered that Irona be remanded in Owerri Correctional Center. She further said that the court does not have the jurisdiction to hear the matter. At number 6, the FCT Water Board has announced that the water supply to major areas of Abuja will be disrupted for 2 days. The management in a statement said the disruption, which would be from Thursday, March 9th to Friday, March 10th, was to allow emergency maintenance service on the major truck pipes. The statement listed areas to be affected include Utako, Lifecamp, Jabi, Gwarimpa, Wiye, Mabushi, Katampe, Apo, Durumi, Games Village, and Galadimawa. The board also advised residents in these areas to store and preserve water to last them during the period. At number 7, the wife of Kogi Governor Rashidat Bello, said to be at large over a 3 billion naira fraud, was reportedly at the presidential villa meeting with First Lady Aisha Buhari and the wife of the president-elect Remi Tinubu. On February 13th, the EFCC sued Mrs. Bello and others at the Abuja division of the Federal High Court over money laundering and misappropriation of about 3 billion naira. Recalling, the Anti-Corruption Commission arraigned the Kogi First Lady in absentia and 4 others for money laundering and criminal misappropriation. At number 8, the Taliban governor of Afghanistan's northern Balkh province, Mohammed Dawood Muzamil, has been killed in an explosion in his office. Local police said the cause of the latter's blast was unclear and there was no immediate claim of responsibility. Taliban spokesman Zabihullah Mujahid said on Twitter that the governor had been murdered in an explosion by the enemies of Islam. At number 9, the Nigerian government has revoked the work permit, visa and residence permit of Executive Chief Officer of Seplat Energy PLC, Roger Brown. Minister of Internal Affairs Rahuf Arabashala communicated this to the board chairman of Seplat Energy PLC, accusing Brown of allegations of racism and discrimination against Nigerian employees and others. The minister accused Brown of being in possession of a combined expatriate, residence permit and aliens card not based on a valid expatriate quota that violates the country's immigration laws and regulations. Finally, at number 10, the Chatham House has described INEC as ill-prepared. Chatham House, the Royal Institute of International Affairs, is an independent policy institute based in London. In its report on the presidential poll, Chatham House said the INEC's performance and controversies over this result mean that the electoral reforms and lessons declared to have been learned were not fully applied, and as an electoral body, it was significantly less prepared than it claimed. He added that intimidation, violence, and irregularities tainted the presidential polls and gave Bola Tinubu of the ruling All Progressive Congress victory with 8.8 million votes ahead of his rivals Atiku Abubakar of PDP and Peter Obi of Labour Party. That's all for today. See you next time on What's Happening.